Hari Om to all the divine Atmajyotis. Welcome to today's chanting and contemplation of Shloka 6.1. May I request Chirantan to help us with learning the Shloka and Akshat to repeat. When Akshat is repeating, let all of us fold our hands and sit straight and repeat along with Akshat.
anāśhritaḥ karma-phalam.
anāśhritaḥ karma-phalam. anāśhritaḥ karma-phalam.
kāryaṁ karma karoti yah.
kāryaṁ karma karoti yah. kāryaṁ karma karoti yah.
sa sanyāsī ca yogī ca.
sa sanyāsī ca yogī ca. sa sanyāsī ca yogī ca.
na niragnir na chākriyaḥ.
na niragnir na chākriyaḥ. na niragnir na chākriyaḥ.
Can you chant the whole shloka once, Chirantan?
Yes, yes. anāśhritaḥ karma-phalam. kāryaṁ karma karoti yah. sa sannyāsī ca yogī ca. na niragnir na chākriyaḥ.
Can Akshat please read out the meaning?
Those who perform prescribed duties without desiring the results of their actions are actual sannyāsīs and yogis, not those who have merely ceased performing sacrifices such as agniḥotra yajna or abandoned bodily activities.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Chirantan and Akshat. May I now request Rohan to help us in understanding the meaning of the shloka?
Yes, sir. Hari Om to one and all present over here. To explain the meaning of the shloka, I have a short story to tell you. This story is about Harishchandra. Harishchandra was a great ruler of Ayodhya who had performed 100 Rajasuya yagas. And once, when Lord Shiva came in disguise as a sage to Harishchandra's court and asked the yagna phala of the 100 Rajasuya yagas, he wholeheartedly gave the yagna phala to the sage, who was none other than Shiva, thinking that it was the betterment for his people in Ayodhya. And another time, when Vishwamitra asked the whole kingdom of Ayodhya from Harishchandra, Harishchandra was like, okay, you can have my whole kingdom. He gave his whole kingdom wholeheartedly, the same way he gave the whole kingdom wholeheartedly, thinking that it was also the betterment for his people. This shows that how detached he was. And from the story and the shloka, we can understand that a true sannyāsī is a person who serves the society without expecting anything in return. Hari Om.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Rohan. I have a short activity for all of us to understand this from one another angle. So now you all heard the wonderful story by Rohan. So who is this? Can anybody help me answer? There's a picture being shown on the screen. Who is this? Okay, all right. So many hands. Yes, Chirantan.
He is a child
Your voice
who
is
has
breaking up, Chirantan. Can you repeat again, please?
he is a child who wants to become a doctor when he grows up.
All right. So very nice. Yes, Akshat, what is that you wanted to say?
See, I think he's a young genius who is almost like a doctor.
Very nice. Yes, Snigdha, what is that you wanted to say?
He is a child dressed as a doctor.
Very nice. He's a child dressed as a doctor. Correct. So here is a child who is wearing a doctor's dress. Okay. Now I'll ask you one simple question. Okay. Now let's say either you or someone in your family, may it not happen. So just as an imagination, you have some pain and you want to visit a doctor. Would you go to this doctor? Would you go to this doctor? How many of you say you will go to this doctor? Please raise your hand. Tejas, you will go to this doctor?
Yeah, when he does grow up, since he has set his mind on becoming a doctor, it seems I would go to him, because he would be thinking, I want to be a doctor, so he'll receive proper training for that. That's why.
But today, when he is like this, when he's still not yet become a doctor, would you go to this doctor?
No, not really.
No. Okay. All right. Akshat, what is your answer?
If he is a genius and he knows the doctor's methods and all, he knows and he's a pediatrician, I will go to him.
Very nice. So what it means is he should have studied, right? Otherwise, none of you said you will go to this doctor. Just because he's wearing the dress of a doctor, does it mean he has become a doctor? No, right? So now tell me, what makes a doctor a doctor? The question is, what makes a doctor really a doctor? Okay, let's listen to what Namita has to say.
So a real doctor should know about all the various surgeries in his or her particular field, like dental, or in bones or joints, in whatever he or she is specialized in. He should know all the surgeries, operations in it, and how to perform that, and also should be like done the MBBS course or any other like MBA, MBBS, or should also be experienced, because when we go to a doctor, we see experience, like how many years experience they have. So also experience, and they need to know how to treat a patient. All these factors matter in a good doctor.
Very nice. Rohan, what is it you have to say?
My answer is they need to study medicals and all that in their particular field.
Okay, so should have studied. Very nice, excellent. Snigdha?
So for a person to be a doctor, they have to, first of all, they have to become an adult. They can't take a job when they're small itself. And then they have to like train, and they have to like see all the doctor methods, and like there are different types of doctors, like a heart doctor and like a dentist and all that. So
Okay.
whatever he wants to like be specialized in, he has to learn that. And then he has to like he should have that selfless attitude towards the patients, and only the patients will like him, or else they'll not think he's an actual doctor. Then and the whole reason why is he being a doctor, because he wants to help the patient. So he has to have that selfless attitude within him
to help others.
He can't be a real doctor.
Cannot
Nobody
be a real
can.
doctor. Very nice. Wonderfully said. Yes, Akshat.
I want to say that first he should be a certified doctor, and then he should have knowledge in that, and then he should know what to do with whom, and he should do according to his wish.
Very nice.
It's his
Wonderful answers.
patient's condition.
Very nice. Each one of you found out what makes a doctor. So based on whatever you said, if you see, I've just compiled some answers. You will also agree that that is what you have said. So first and foremost, this person has to have a feeling that I want to help others and I want to serve others. How? You can serve others in different ways. Some people serve others by, say, for example, cooking food. Some people serve others by, say, teaching them. Some people serve others, like in this case, he has to have a feeling that by healing disease, I want to serve. That has to be the first feeling in this person, right? Then this person has to be willing to learn medicine and other related skills. Is it not? Otherwise, he will not be able to successfully treat. He should know how human body works and what are the different parts of the human body and how different kinds of diseases or issues happen and how do I treat, how do I diagnose, what kind of a treatment method, all that he has to learn and practice. So, should be able to really commit because it's a long journey. To be a doctor means it's a long journey. And this person should be willing to commit to that. And another very, very important is that should be able to commit to work with dedication and focus. Being a doctor means you're responsible for somebody else's life. You cannot simply say, I will only work for 1 hour or 2 hours in a given day. Whenever there is a need, you should be willing. This person should be willing to offer his or her services. Is it not? Of course, there are many other qualities, but among all the qualities, these are the 3 important qualities, which is what most of you also have said. So this is how somebody can truly become a doctor. Is it not? Just because somebody is wearing the dress, they don't become a doctor. Just like that, here, Sri Krishna is telling us who a true sanyāsī is. So, sannyāsa, the word sannyāsa, we have to understand the word sannyāsa. Most often in our society, there may be an understanding that a sannyāsī is someone who wears a certain kind of dress. That is not necessarily the truth. The word sannyāsa means samyak nyāsaha iti sannyasaha. Means what? The mind of such a person has to be in the right direction. Most often, mind of a normal human being is towards what I can earn, what I can get from the world. Whereas a sannyāsī, like a beautiful story that our Rohan narrated, where Harishchandra was willing to offer something that he had gained for the benefit of everybody. So true sannyāsī is the one whose mind is focused on divine. And he is not seeking anything from this world. He is not doing whatever he or she is doing because others will clap for him or others will come and give money. A true sannyāsī serves the society, serves all the beings. They may function in different roles. A sannyāsī may function as a king. In this example that our Rohan gave, Harishchandra was a king, but he was a true sannyāsī. In some cases, like Adi Shankaracharya, he taught Advaita Vedanta throughout India. He walked throughout India. He taught. He established various learning centers. Or like how Mata Amritanandamayi today is serving, or like how our Prabhuji is serving. Like that, sannyāsī doesn't necessarily mean one has to wear a certain dress. It essentially means they have realized the truth and they have realized the divinity within each one, and they're serving. They're willing to help others to realize the same divinity. So such a being, that's why if you see this picture, from outside, you may not know. They may be wearing the dress of a king, like our Prime Minister Modi ji. He may be wearing nice dress, but what is his attitude? He wants to serve the nation. He is dedicated. He works 14 hours, 16 hours a day. For what? For the benefit of everyone. So it is not a matter of the clothes. It is the feeling and the inner attitude. That's what makes a true sannyāsī, not the dress that one is wearing. And such a sannyāsī also doesn't give up any activity of life. They don't run away. They do whatever they need to do in day-to-day life. That is who a true sannyāsī is. And that is what Sri Krishna Paramatma is helping us to understand. So let me pause here. Let me stop here. Any questions anybody has? If anybody has a question, please raise your hand first. And then when you have to share your understanding, you can raise your hand again. Namit, you have a question?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes,
what is this? Not those who have merely ceased performing sacrifices such as agnihotra or agnihotra yagna. What does this mean?
Okay. So see, different roles in our life require you to do different day-to-day activities. For example, as a householder, if let's say you have a family to take care of, like our Prabhuji, he has to ensure that there is a house and his children are properly educated. So he has to do all those activities. Or he has to take care of his own body. So many a times you may see that somebody runs away from all these activities. They say, okay, I'm running away to Himalayas. I'm going to sit on top of a mountain and I'm going to give up everything. That is not a true sannyāsī. There is nothing to really give up. Only our internally in our mind, we have to give up the attitude that I am something else and I have to realize my true nature. So therefore here Sri Krishna is saying, by merely giving up outside activities, one doesn't become a sannyāsī. They do whatever they need to do day in and day out. But their very inner attitude, because they are no more doing anything for selfish reason. That's why in this picture you can see inside they are at peace, totally at peace.
Okay. And outside their face is just like a mask.
Outside is like a mask. You know, they may be playing the role of a king. They may be playing the role of a teacher. They may be playing the role of a businessman. They may be playing the role of a driver. They may be playing the role of a household person who's doing this household chores. Doesn't really matter what kind of a role they're playing outside. How they are inside is what truly matters.
Okay. And what does agnihotra yagna mean?
Agnihotra. So it is prescribed as a yagna that any householder can perform. See, in the traditional way of living, there used to be daily agnihotra ritual. So it's a very simple ritual where you would offer whatever, let's say, the samit to yagna kunda. In the day-to-day home, people of the family would come together and they would perform that yagna. And during that yagna, one of the mantra that you would say is, na idam mama. This is not mine. So whatever they're offering to that yagna, it is not mine. So in a way, this Agnihotra Yagna, it helps you to develop a selfless attitude.
Yeah.
So when a samsari, meaning a householder, has to take care of the family, but also has to ensure that he or she is also progressing in the spiritual sadhana, no?
Yeah.
So by everyday reminding that, okay, whatever the activity that I'm going to do today, it is all due to God's grace. I may be a businessman, I may be a professor, I may be a king, I may be a whatever I may be. But whatever I have is for the benefit of everybody. So may that feeling deepen within me. With that feeling, Agnihotra Yagna used to be done. Many people do even these days, but
Yeah.
that practice has reduced. So because Sri Krishna Paramatma is talking from his time, it used to be a very household day-to-day activity. That is what Sri Krishna Paramatma is talking about here.
Okay, so Krishna is telling it's not only by this topic, it's not only CS means stopped, right?
Cease means stopping, yeah.
Okay, so it's not just by stopping Agnihotra Yagna and all the daily acts.
So the belief used to be that to be a sannyāsī means I would give up Agnihotra Yagna, I would run away from my family, I would wear saffron colored dress, I will not be involved in my day-to-day life.
Okay.
That is not a true sannyāsī.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Snigdha, do you have any questions?
Yes, Vijayji.
Yeah.
There they have written a sannyasi whose mind is deposited in truth.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What it means is, like I already said, human mind can focus on outside activity. So for example, some people are so addicted to, let's say, watching mobile. Okay, so Instagram reels, Facebook reels, YouTube reels. So their mind is deposited in all that, whatever the YouTube and such mobile activities are. Or some people's mind may be deposited in, let's say, for example, wanting to buy new clothes, wanting to see new places. Constantly, they're only thinking of that. Or some people may be constantly thinking of only eating food. So like that, the mind can be deposited on outside activities. At the same time, in the same mind, you can focus it towards realizing your true nature, realizing the divinity of you and this world. And once when you realize that divinity, God means what? Truth. Truth means what? That which does not change from place to place, time to time. So when we talk about God, then God must be truth only, no? So a sannyasi is the one who focuses, deposits his mind. Meaning what? He's constantly thinking of, okay, what is divinity? How I can be of value to the others? So such a deposition or such a deposit of the mind is the quality of a true sannyasi. Is this bringing clarity to Snigdha?
Yes, Vijayji.
All right. Any other questions? Anyone else? Very nice. If there are no more questions, would love to listen to each one of you in what you understood from the shloka chanting, from the story that you heard from Rohan, and the later on explanations. Yes, Chirantan, we'll begin from you.
Vijayji, I understood that no one becomes sannyasi by performing great rituals or giving gold and many things to God, or wearing like orange color clothes and acting of being sannyasi and leaving house and everything. You have to dedicate yourself to God. You have to perform your normal duties, but inside you have to be very much peaceful. You can there is no rule that you have to be in the forest or Himalayas or something. You can be wherever you want, but you have to do what you are told to. That's what
Yeah. And how can one be at peace internally? Only by doing everything as a offering to God.
Okay, Vijay.
Very nice, Chirantan. Thank you very much. Thank you. What did Sai Kriti understand from this shloka and the discussion? Are you there, Sai Kriti? Okay, we'll come back to her later. How about Disha and Diya? Would you like to share your understanding?
I understood that people, if they just leave their house and normal life and just go and meditate, does not mean they're sannyāsī, but they should think of God constantly.
Very nice. Excellent. Anything else?
No.
Would you also like to share? Is there anything more you would like to share? No. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Tejas?
Yeah, what I understood is that if you are dedicated to doing something and if you don't care about the desires, like if you're studying for if you're studying for the exam, you should know like you can pray for good marks. That is a good thing. That's a good thing to do. But but when you are coming into the exam hall, you should not think about how the results should be. You should just write the exam calmly. Then, like with your mind a little bit more stable, when you're not panicking, thinking about the results, you will perform better. So that's what I understood.
Very nice. Excellent. Excellent.
Vijayji,
Thank you, Tejas.
Vijayji,
Yes, Kritik.
do you have a question on what Tejas said?
Yeah, please go ahead, please.
So Tejas told that don't think about the result. So, but like, wouldn't it also become like, I have a vision to get Santam like that? So isn't that was like thinking about the desired thing?
Go ahead, Tejas. What would you like? How would you like to respond to Kritik's question?
Like if you have a vision of how, like it's not always the best thing to think about the vision. Sometimes they have this thing called the tatastu pakshi. So if you say I am very confident I'll get good marks, there's no way I'm going to lose a single mark. Or if you're like no, I think I'll get very bad marks, then in a way they say the tatastu pakshi will come and say okay fine, you'll the opposite or the same thing like you said will happen. You should just be calm and you should be like okay fine, I think I'll get pretty decent marks. So you should think like that. That's what I meant to say.
Isn't it like what you think and what you say that happens? That's why. So you just told, I think I get pretty decent marks, but like I don't want decent marks. I want Santam.
That is a point, but in a way, if you're thinking like in that overconfident or very underconfident way, you should not think like that. You should feel like I'm coming to the exam hall. I have to do my duty and finish the exam. And yeah, that's what you should be thinking.
Okay. Sure.
So it is very important to have a clear vision of what is that you want to accomplish. Very important. Because the vision is the one which gives you clarity of what to do next. However, what is that Sri Krishna has already suggested? What is that he has taught us? It is not the vision, it is not the aim that bothers you. It is attachment to the fruit of the action. Oh, I have to get 100 marks in the exam is not the problem. Will I get 100 marks? Will I get 100 marks? Will I get 100 marks? That is the problem. So therefore, Sri Krishna is saying, give up the attachment to the fruit of the action. So the result is not really in your or my control. But having the clarity of what the vision, what is the aim is very important. Otherwise, we'll be going hayward, no?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is what is being taught by Sri Krishna. And that is what he's saying here. A sannyasi has given up the desire of the result of the action. See, he has not given up the action. He has given up the result of the action. Whatever the sannyasi does, then it may end up as being a success or failure. Imagine the sannyasi is doing an action. Say, for example, he puts a seed and he is watering and he wants a nice mango tree to come. Why? Because that will be helpful for everybody. However, that mango plant after some time may die, maybe because, let's say, there was a huge wind, or maybe somebody came and plucked it away. What to do? He will accept both. If it becomes a good tree, he will be happy. Even if it goes away, he will still be happy and he will still see how to take the next step. That's what is meant by giving up the desire, desiring the result of the action. All right? Wonderful question, Kritik, and nice, Tejas. So we'll continue. Rohan, what is that you understood and what is that you would like to share?
Yeah, I understood that a sannyasi is a person who serves the society wholeheartedly, like how Harishchandra did. He only was thinking of the betterment of his people, and that's what made him a great king of Ayodhya.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much. Namit, what would you like to share?
So what I understood is that sannyasi is not just a person who goes to the Himalayas or any other place, any other spiritual place on the earth. It's like here she has to leave all the here she has to leave the ahankara and that not agreeing, like if somebody tells you are one with God, then he or she might think, how is it possible? Because of something they're not able to agree. So that should not be there. And also, like in the previous shlokas, in especially karmaniya vadikaraste, we saw that we shouldn't worry too much about the results and should focus on performing our duties properly. So even in this shloka, it's one of the qualities that a sannyasi should have. Here she should perform all the daily activities, and when that person abandons all these daily activities, that itself is something that some quality that he or she is missing, because they're not facing their problems or whatever things that come in life. They want to escape from all the situations. So I don't think like maybe like they may have the qualities, but abandoning their family and all their activities, it's not a good like a nice quality, because they need to face all these qualities. We need to live our life without getting disturbed for anything that happens. Yeah, it happens, like it's difficult, but still we need to do our best in trying to follow it, and instead of just escaping, because escaping means how can he or she be a sannyasi by escaping from their duties, because in Atmajyoti, what, or in Bhagavad Gita, what it tells, that is, we need to focus on our actions. And even sannyasis read all these texts. These texts also tell that we need to face all our difficulties and problems without getting disturbed, and shouldn't try to escape from our activities. So so that itself needs to make them understand, and then instead of going somewhere to the Himalayas, it's nice to go there, meditate, but not by leaving the family and everything, because just because that it causes problems. To reduce problems, there may be other problems also which they need to face. So that's why because we are finding something that is inside. So how does it matter what is there outside? There can be something, there can be bad things, good things, but what matters is our qualities inside, because we are focusing on what we truly are. So the inside nature matters. So it doesn't matter whether it's in Himalayas or whether it's in our house.
Wonderful. Very well said. Thank you very much, Namit. Thank you. Snigdha, what would you like to share?
Before that, I got another question. Like, what does
Good.
yogis mean? Like yogis.
Yogi is also someone who is yoga. Yoga means there is a separation, and to become one is yoga. So the one who is doing that, one who is attempting to become one. I and God, I and you, I and the world seem to be separate. So the yogi is the one who is working towards becoming one.
Okay, like I've always had that question because some people they use the word yogis.
Yoga means generally people think of it as some postures, right? So it's not just postures. Yoga truly means to become one.
Okay, like
so you can say, for example, if you love story writing, right? You can say, oh, I am in union with the story, the story that I'm writing. So you and the story seem like one. You and chemistry can be one. You and biology can be one. So you can have a yoga with anything in life. When you are in union with everything in life, then no more there is any worry, because you don't feel separate at all.
And also, like, I want to add on of what they just said. So, like, related to the exam, so you should not always worry about the results, and you have to always be like just calm. If you think about the result, then you'll start getting nervous. That is there with many people. Like they always think about the result and they get nervous and all that. Like in my last annual exams, I had fever in the last 3 exams, so I was like very worried and I didn't know what to do. Like I had severe fever and I didn't know what to do. Like, and I did not study the previous day at all. Like only when I came to school, I started studying everything. And then I was very nervous and I was very scared for the marks. But when I saw my results, I actually got pretty decent marks. Like I did not get too bad or too good marks. They were okay marks. And my parents also didn't mind because I had fever and it was like an excuse. And like I got really good marks. And it was like because since I did not worry about my result and since I was only focusing on the present, I got good marks in the future. So you should always focus in the present and you should never be in the future. And also, what I understood about the meaning of sannyāsī is that sannyāsī is a person who's like in their inner self is they're very selfless, and they would do anything, they would give anything to you, and they would never want anything back. So like people say that sannyasis are the people who are like dressed up like what do you say with saffron, and they leave everyone, like they leave their family, and they say that oh, if I go to the Himalayas, I'm going to go to the Himalayas and become a sannyasi. But you don't have to do all that. Like you can be a sannyasi within. So it doesn't matter on the outside. It only matters in the inside of how you are and your personality. It only matters in that. It doesn't matter on how you look or how you are from the outside. This is what, and it only matters on how you think and how your mindset is. So this is what I understood about the shloka.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Snigdha. Akshat?
So, Ji, what I understood was that a sannyasi is a person who selflessly serves others, and whatever he does as a naivedyam to God.
Very nice.
And he does not want anything back, like trading.
Correct. It is not a trade. I'll give you this, you give me that. It is not a trade.
Okay.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Akshat. Thank you.
Vijayji,
Yes, Kritik. Let's listen to Aditya and then we'll listen to you. Yeah?
we have a doubt.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, please.
So Akshat told that the sannyāsī does a selfless action
Yeah.
towards the society.
Yeah.
Then what does a karma yogi do?
A karma yogi is also a true sannyasi. Karma yoga means what? Doing action without expecting anything back in return.
Yeah.
So in that sense, a true karma yogi, a true sannyasi, a true bhakta, a true gnani, they're all one and the same. There is really no difference.
Okay.
It's like you may call mother Amma, Mummy, Ma, Avva, but all of them are mother only, no? So all of these are reference to the same underlying quality, but seen from different viewpoints.
Okay.
Does that bring clarity?
Ji, and one more thing.
Please.
Does a yogi do yoga or like keep showing bhakti and doing puja?
Like I already mentioned, yoga means there's a separation. There is a sense of separation. As an example, let's say one may feel, oh, math is very difficult. I am always very afraid of math. So in a way, they don't feel that oneness with math. Whereas somebody else may say, math is so easy. It is as if like, I love math. I enjoy math. So in a way, you can say they are in union with math, right? So like that, the word yoga, what it means is oneness, where there is no separation. So therefore, you can have yoga. It doesn't mean that one has to do yoga. Means what? The word yoga is generally used with reference to doing some postures. Halasana, Shirsasana, Surya Namaskara. They are all postures and very important. They help the mind and the body and the energy alignment. But yoga does not mean posture. So the technical word for that is called asana. So it is actually yoga asana. The asana that brings about an alignment between your energy, your mind, your body, and you, the spirit, the awareness. That is yoga asana, right? But through posture, you are bringing about the union. So therefore, you can achieve union through many mechanisms, through many approaches. Asana is one approach. Bhakti. Bhakti means what? Where you are offering yourself in the praise of the Lord. That is bhakti. Whatever you're doing, you're saying, this is for the divine, an offering, an naivedyam, like how Akshat said. Karma yoga means what? Where you're doing whatever action for the benefit of the other. In any of this, you are not worried about what will I get. When that is the attitude, then that is true yoga, true union. Is that bringing clarity to Kritik's question?
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Kritik?
Ji, I had one question
Yeah, please go ahead.
on what Rohan told.
Yeah.
So he told that Harish Chandra worked only for the betterment of the society,
Yeah.
not the betterment for himself.
Excellent question. See, when one works for the betterment of the others, it naturally brings about your own betterment. As a simple example, as a simple experiment. Okay. Now, let us say you do you want to be healthy? Do you want to be healthy, Kritik?
Yeah.
Okay. Say, I want to be healthy.
I want to be healthy.
Okay. So you have said it, right? Okay. Now I will give a different aim. Now, so many of us are here, and each one would have also felt, I also want to be healthy. Okay. So now what I would like is, each one here, you don't have to say it out loud. For a moment, close your eyes and say within your heart, may everyone, may all beings be healthy. You can start by saying, may all who are in this Bhagavad Gita satsang, may all be healthy. Now, open your eyes. So, Kritik, one question. When you said, I want to be healthy, how many were wishing for your health? How many were wishing for your health when you said, I want to be healthy?
I don't think anyone.
Huh?
I don't think anyone was wishing.
But you were wishing for your own health. No, at least one was wishing. No. At least there was one person who was wishing for his health. No, Kritik. Correct?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, Ji?
At least you were wishing for your own health, right?
Yes, Ji.
Now tell me, when you and everyone here were wishing, may all in this satsang be healthy. How many were wishing for your health, Kritik?
All in the satsang.
So you see, what is that you did? You simply wished for everyone to be healthy, and the others were also doing that. So you got actually wish of 10 others. Correct, no?
See, but that is when you told all of you follow this.
Correct. And that is how, once when you start doing that, you will naturally start receiving. That is how life functions. Life is like a mirror. What you offer is what you receive. Our life is like a echo chamber. What you say is what comes back to you. Clear? All right. Thank you very much, Kritik. Aditya, what is that you wanted to share?
So I understood, like, Krishna is telling us who really is a sannyasi in this shloka. So in the start, Rohan gave us a really beautiful example of Satya Harishchandra. So his story is often told because of his principles and his way of conduct. So he was a person who would give without expecting anything in return. And in its very essence, that's exactly what a sannyasi is. So Satya Harishchandra is a really good example of who a sannyasi is and the qualities of a sannyasi. But sometimes we always see people who dress up like a sannyasi and who perform the same actions as a sannyasi. And outside they appear just like a sannyasi, but inside they always have this kind of thought that, oh, I'm doing this, so I'm going to get something in return. I'm doing this, so I'm going to go to heaven or something. They always have these kind of thoughts. So that's not really a sannyasi. Someone who appears like a sannyasi, but within is not having the mindset of a sannyasi, isn't really a sannyasi. What really makes a sannyasi is the thoughts within, not what's outside. Just like how you gave, like on the other extreme, there can be a person who appears to be a completely so-called normal person, but within they understand what it is to be a sannyasi and how a sannyasi really should live. So you can have both kinds of people, someone who pretends to be a sannyasi, but is really not, or someone who appears to be a normal person, but is really who understands to be how to be a sannyasi.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Aditya. Yes, Snigdha, you have one last point, is it?
Yes, Ji.
Yes.
So basically, wait, I just forgot what I was thinking.
No problem. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll just think for a while.
Sure. We can do one thing. When you recall, you can share it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, people like they always they dress as some monk or they dress as some sannyāsī or anyone who is very peaceful and all. So they only dress as them because they want to get that respect from other people. They just want something back from the people. So that's why they dress up as sannyāsīs or act like them. But that true mindset is not like a sannyāsī. So as Aditya said, a sannyāsī is a person who has a mindset like one. So like they are naturally selfless. They have that mindset, and they are not doing it because they want respect, or like they're not doing it because they want something back. They're just doing it because they want people to be happy. That's all. They don't want anything in return. That is a true sannyasi.
Very
So
nice.
that is what I wanted to add on.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Snigdha, and thank you all. Is there anything more anybody wants to say or ask? If not, I once again thank all of you for your wonderful contribution. Hari Om.